Well, Foxtel is pleased to announce that Australia's own Jimmy Crute will take on Jamahal Hill at UFC Fight Night 199, which is on December 5th, Australia time. And Jimmy joins us now. Jimmy, thanks so much for your time. It's been a while since we last spoke, mate. Just firstly, I guess, how's the leg? How was recovery and how's training been?
Yeah, really good, man. The leg was no real issue. There was probably one or two times where I knocked it at training and it sort of felt a bit funky, but we had the scans on it and there was no real damage to it, no permanent damage at least. And so I got straight back into it when I got home, and I was getting hit by leg kicks pretty much the week after I got out of ISO. So there was no real stress with it. And yeah, training's going amazing at the moment.
Oh, tremendous. Jamahal Hill coming up, a tough fighter. He was on a great winning streak. What dangers do you see him bringing to this fight?
Yeah, Jamal's he's got some challenges that I need to be ready for. He's long. He's got some good hands. He's got some good front kicks and other things. But I just gotta watch out for that length. I think I'm gonna get on him, get close to him, and touch him up a bit. But I should be able to deal with everything he brings to the table.
Well, Jamahal Hill had his first career loss a few months ago against Paul Craig. Paul made quick work of it on the ground, and you actually went 3 rounds with Paul Craig back in Adelaide. You submitted him after a tremendous battle on the ground between 2 high-level jiu-jitsu practitioners. Were that considered, strategically speaking? Are you going into this fight with a more grappling-heavy approach?
I'm going to knock him out. Sick of people talking shit about my head movement in boxing after my last fight. I feel like there's big holes striking as well. Obviously, if I need to get it to the ground, I will. But I want to put him away. I want to put him away in his own game. People underestimate my striking, so we're gonna put a few on his chin and see how good his chin is.
Well, Jimmy, I just wanted to touch on your training and preparation for a little bit. We saw the videos that you put up in ISO of you smashing the Carlton drafts, but I heard in an interview that you were distancing yourself from that a little bit. I mean, why is that? Is it just a preparation thing? Is it an image thing? Could you give us an insight into that?
Mate, I have a mullet, and I'm the biggest bogan I've ever met. I don't care about my image, as you can probably tell. Nah, man, it's just not me. I love a beer, but I think it's not good for you. And I don't drink in prep. People think I smash beers all through my prep. I don't drink 12 weeks out from a fight. I won't touch a bit of alcohol. So it's something that everyone thinks that I'm just a mad pisshead, but I'm not. I don't drink that often. When I do, I give it a good tilt. So it's not something that I sort of want to be known for, if that makes sense. So it is probably a little bit about image. I lied before, but it's just not me. It's not what I'm about, and people think it's all I'm about.
I do want to ask as well, you look to be in career best shape. I mean, could you give us an insight into your camp and sort of how the next few months will unfold for you? Will you have to cut a lot of weight before December?
Yeah, it's going to be a big cut. I just stack it on. Just keep getting. I'm 25 now, so I just keep putting putting on weight overnight. So, but I had a really good off season. I just kept my training up and had a lot of fun and tried a few different things. And my S&C was through the roof, and I was hitting PBs on all my lifts before camp even started. So I started camp in a really good place, and I feel like I'm in the best shape of my career. I hate when people say that, because normally when people say that they're in the best shape ever, sort of sets off a few alarm bells, because they sort of think the fight's going to be easy because of that. But I say that, but I'm still very well aware that it's going to be a tough fight, and I need to put a big effort in to win. So I don't expect the fight to be easy just because I'm in really good shape.
Jimmy, at the start of this year, you had a very clear plan. You wanted to fight 4 times and you wanted the belt by mid-2022. Obviously, Corona and injuries put sort of a halt on that for a little bit. But you're back to your best right now. Jimmy, if you could, what is Jimmy Crute's plan, I guess, for the next 12 months?
So I've thought about I've thought about the title. I've thought about rankings and stuff twice before fights in my whole career. And guess what happened?
You lost.
I lost. So I see Jamahal, and that's it. My plan for 2022 is to be active, to fight more. I don't have names. I don't have rankings. I don't have a place in the rankings in mind. I've got Jamahal Hill, and then I want to fight again and again and again and again. I want to have 4 or 5 fights next year. I want a short notice fight. I want it all, man. I want to get after it next year. But first and foremost, I got to put away Jamahal Hill.
Okay, well, let's talk about the rest of 205 then. It's really interesting right now. I mean, Yuri Prohashka is the talk of the promotion. Anthony Smith is, regaining some momentum, which is great to see, and a couple of seasoned veterans in Jan Blachowicz and Glover Teixeira will fight it out in a couple of weeks right here on Foxtel's Main Event. How do you see that fight playing out at the top of your weight class?
Oh, that's a hard one because I just love them both. I reckon they're probably 2 of my favourite fighters of all time, the pair of them. So it's hard
really
for me to pick.
Guys, aren't they?
They're the best. And I got to meet Glover in Vancouver, and he's such a good bloke. And I've never met at Jan, but how can you not like him? So that's a hard one for me to pick. Stylistically, Glover's probably got an advantage on the ground, and Jan's probably got an advantage on the feet. So what do with that with what you will. You just never know with those high level fights, and 2 guys that are a little bit older. Anything can happen.
A lot of guys are doing their camp. A lot of Aussie fighters were speaking to Jamie Malarkey, and Volk was on the show not too long ago, and they were talking about doing more camps, especially while lockdowns and restrictions are a thing here. Doing more of them, sort of where the fight is. A lot of fighters have spoken about going to do their camps in Las Vegas. Is that something that you've considered, or are you going to keep doing your camps over there in Victoria?
I've considered it. Not because the training's no good here or whatever, just for the simple fact that it's hard to get matched here. It's hard to get. You don't get those short notice fights being an Aussie and stuff. So unless you're already over there. So I've considered it. The only reason I'm not over in the States right now probably is because I couldn't get a way to get my dog over there. I didn't want to do that to Bud. So the thing is, the training here is amazing. The coaching here is world class. So there's no real reason apart from being able to get more fights over there. And I'm already booked, so there's no point in me going over now. I would stay over if it meant getting another fight, short turnaround. I'd stay over if that was the case. But I won't stay over for a long period of time because I'd miss my dog too much, and I think he'd miss me too much.
What a pleasure it always is, Jimmy Crute. We appreciate your time here on Fox, and I tell you what, we're rooting for you all the way. Go well in December.
Appreciate it, brother.